This lion-killing hunter provoked the lioness after stealing her cub, but he instantly regretted it. One sunny day in the South African savannah, Johan Rensburg, a professional hunter with 20 years of experience, alongside his amateur partner Daniel Meyer, had been tracking down some buffalo when something bizarre happened. The hoof tracks they followed led them near a dry riverbed scattered with thorn bushes. The place looked eerie, as if a violent event had just occurred. Disembarking their truck after deciding to inspect, he motioned for Daniel to stay alert as he moved ahead, when suddenly a low growl rippled through the silence. Both men froze, rifles raised. From the tall grass emerged a lioness, her golden coat matted with blood. Johan instinctively aimed, thinking she was about to charge, but instead of charging, the lioness released a weak, deep roar. Her piercing amber eyes locked onto Johan's, just before she repeatedly turned her head toward the brush as if to show them something. Daniel muttered, "What on earth is she doing? That's not normal." The lioness had started walking through a bush when Johan noticed she was limping. Lowering his rifle slightly, he beckoned to his companion as both men leaped into their truck and followed. Not far away, the lioness slumped, breathing heavily. It kept raising and tilting its head toward a direction. Exiting the truck, Johan walked closer to the weak animal and began searching around for anything unusual. It was then that he saw it. A few meters from the lioness lay a tiny, bloodied cub, half hidden under a spiky acacia thicket. It mewed weakly, then drew shallow breaths. The cub was dying. It became clearer what had happened. The lioness must have been ambushed by a herd of buffalo. Johan pictured the brutal scene, angry, charging beasts lunging at her and her babies, forcing her to fight back with everything she had. The torn flesh on her legs and flanks told the story of her courage. She'd fought savagely to protect her young, but not all had survived. Somewhere in that chaos, she had managed to hide two cubs under the acacia thicket. One was gone, but the other still clung to life. Johan exchanged glances with Daniel, who whispered nervously, "She wants us to save it, doesn't she?" Nodding instinctively, Johan slung his rifle over his back and knelt cautiously near the thicket. Gently, he reached in and lifted the fragile cub into his arms and began inspecting it. He could see where it was hurt and needed to do something to save it. Johan looked at Daniel. "Call animal rescue now. Tell them it's critical." Daniel fumbled for his satellite phone and began relaying their location to rangers and wildlife vets. Meanwhile, Johan carefully laid the cub down on a flat patch of earth. His training as a soldier flashed through his mind, and he began applying improvised CPR the way he would for an unconscious human. At first, nothing happened. The cub remained limp, its tiny tongue lolling out. Johan pressed again, more rhythmically, whispering, "Come on, little one, breathe." Then suddenly, the cub jerked slightly and let out a frail cry. The sound electrified the lioness. She tried to drag herself closer, but was too weak to move. But opening her eyes weakly, she glanced at Johan. He swore there was gratitude in her fading gaze, as if she understood he was her final hope to save her dying cub. Daniel watched wide-eyed as Johan continued attending to the cub. "You actually brought it back," he whispered. Minutes later, the distant rumble of a truck approached. Rangers arrived with a wildlife vet, quickly moving into action. They sedated the lioness carefully before tending to her deep wounds. Johan explained the situation, the buffalo attack, the hidden cubs, the mother's desperate plea. The vet confirmed Johan's fears. She'd lost too much blood, but with immediate care, she might survive. The rangers loaded both the lioness and her cub onto their game vehicle, preparing to transport them to a nearby wildlife hospital. As the truck drove away, Daniel broke the silence. "You came out here to take life, and you ended up saving it." For the first time in decades, Johan didn't feel like a hunter. He felt like something else entirely, a protector. His bravery shocked everyone, and the story of the men who saved a mother lion and her cub spread across the savannah, inspiring rangers, villagers, and fellow hunters alike.